Ciao, moi noi. Hello, everyone. So, one of the things about being in Vietnam that, as an American or a Westerner, if you will, that you're not going to be used to, that I wasn't used to anyways, was the bartering. Because here, unless it's some sort of specialty deal, like if you go into a grocery store or a mall, the price is the price. You ain't going to barter and get it changed. They're going to look at you like you're crazy and be like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. We can't do that. Oh, we can't accommodate that. That type of deal. For the most part, I was told, so when we first were going to Vietnam, my wife told me about the bartering, and I had been studying Vietnamese, and I knew all the numbers because the numbers are really easy to learn because it just goes in like a pattern, so it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy to learn because, mo, hai, ba, bon, nam, sao, bai, tam, chin, moi. And then after that, you just plug that into every set of 10 after that. And then once you learn 100, which is mot cham, it's just, I don't know. If you just study it just for a little while, you can easily learn the numbers and stuff. So my point is, I was excited to try my hand at bartering. And I tried it at a market. I guess it was a market, but it wasn't just food. They had like all kinds of stuff. Kind of like a flea market, I guess. But it didn't go so well for me because I was nervous, and the lady was like fast paced, and whatever it was that I was buying, I think it was these Buddha statues, and they were pretty cool. They were about like that big, and they were made of wood. And she wanted, I don't remember the price, but my wife's a savage at bartering because she said, whatever they say, you tell them half that number. And if they say no, then you just walk away. She was, and I wasn't used to it. And I failed miserably at trying to barter because I'm trying to tell her in Vietnamese, and I'm kind of stumbling over my words because it was my first time really speaking Vietnamese to someone besides my wife. And it just didn't work out. So that was in Way City. Well, then when we were in Nha Trang, there was another market, real similar type of deal, out on the beach. We had a nice dinner and some drinks. Well, they had these hats like this, and there's a story behind this hat. And I really wanted this hat. Same kind of hat, but not the one I'm wearing. So the price, I saw these hats, and I said, wow, I really like that hat. And my wife's like, chill, like, don't let on how much you like it, you idiot, I'm like, all right. She didn't say that, but that was generally what the general idea of what she was trying to get across. And so she's talking in Vietnamese to the lady, and the lady says, "Ta moi ne, 80,000 dong." So my wife says, "Bo moi ne, 40,000 dong." And I'm sure I'm not pronouncing those numbers 100% correct, but the thing is, like, when I say it to my wife, and most of the time, like, her brother, and they'll know what I'm saying. But I know a lot of Vietnamese people, when I say the words, they're like, huh? What? And I know I need to work on my pronunciation and the accents and all that stuff, but that's just how I'm doing it for now. Anyways, so my wife says 40,000, and the lady says no. So my wife looks at me and she goes, all right, come on. So I'm not letting on to the lady how much I want it. And so I'm like, all right. I didn't even look over at the lady. I just kept walking. The sales lady starts chasing us down, and it's all in Vietnamese, but she's saying, okay, I'll sell it to you for 40,000. And this is the savage coming into play in my wife. She went, no. And we just kept walking, and I'm like, damn, like, if it was me, I'd have been like, okay, thank you so much. But that's why I'm not a good barterer. So she's chasing us down after she said no to the 40,000. And she says, Okay. How much? My wife turns around and says, 20,000. She's like, okay. So I got this hat for, a couple, not even a couple bucks. And, like probably cents, like change. And it was a little bit different shade of green, and it had the big metal grommets, and these words were in yellow. Well, we were on another bus at a different time, going from Dalat to Kubi to meet some of her family at this hotel, and it was a small bus, and there was a pocket in the seat in front of me. Well, you already know what happened. I put the hat in the pocket, and then we got off the bus. That hat was gone. So I ended up getting this one in Ho Chi Minh City just a couple days before we came home. But it's not as nice. It doesn't have the metal grommets, and it was a different color. But hey, what are you going to do? The last thing I'll say in this here video is one other time when I was by myself. My wife was tired, and we were in the Trang, and she wanted to go to sleep. So I said, we're in the Trang. We're going to be leaving the Trang soon. I don't want to go to sleep. I said, we had passed a guy selling beer earlier. It's like 6 blocks away. Let me go down and get some beer. And she's like, okay, well, just, be careful. I said, yeah. And she goes, hey, a 6-pack of beer Saigon is 90,000. Don't give him any more money. I said, okay. So I walk across the street, and there was a stand selling cigarettes. I tried my hand at bartering again. It didn't work. I tried to barter them down on the cigarettes. Now, they didn't rip me off. They charged me the same price that they had been charging my wife, but I still figured I would try. And I'll talk more about this in a different video, but on the way to the beer stand, I was propositioned by several different men on the motorbikes or the scooters, whatever you want to call them, to purchase services and goods from them, and I just kept telling them no. But they saw me as a target, I suppose, or an easy customer, because that was the first time that I had been alone in Vietnam. Every other time I had been with my wife or a member of her family, which was not a bad thing, because I didn't get the foreigner price at all unless I was by myself. Sometimes even they would tell me to wait outside if they were going in to buy something, just so that they wouldn't upcharge them on the price because of me. That's what they told me anyways, and I guess it makes sense. So I get to the guy at the beer stand, and I grabbed this 6-pack out of the cooler of beer Saigon, and I asked him, I said, bao nhiêu tiền, which is like, how much money? And he tells me 90,000 in Vietnamese, Chin Moi Ne. And I'm like, okay. So all I had on me was 100,000 bill, because that's what was given to me to take down there and nothing else. And I give him the 100,000, and he's like, okay, come on. And I'm like, I don't know how to ask him, like, in Vietnamese. I want my change. And I'm not trying to, like, whip out my phone and use a translator, because that never really ended well for me at all, like in any circumstance. So I'm like, Moynier. And he's trying to, the kicker of it was, I'm trying to tell him like 10,000, you owe me 10,000. And he's trying to tell me how to pronounce it. He's saying it a different way than I'm saying it, like I'm saying it wrong. But I talked to somebody else about it that is from Vietnam, somebody I know through Facebook, and they were saying that he kept it as a tip, which, that's fine. It's just when you're in a foreign country that you're not familiar with, and it's the first time being by yourself, and you don't know exactly what's going on, you're kind of like, you don't want to get ripped off, especially when I wanted to show my wife, like, hey, I can handle my own in the streets of Nha Trang. I'll be all right. That was all it was. It wasn't that I was trying to be cheap towards the man and like not give him a tip. I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just thinking about the fact that I wanted to prove to my wife that I could handle myself on my own. I didn't need to have my hand held, but apparently I did. But that's just a little story about just a little bit of the bartering. A lot more bartering went on, obviously. But yeah, it's been since before COVID, so I've had this hat since 2019, and I don't wear it that often, but I wear it sometimes. Anyhow, that's it for this one. Bye.